New concerns about America's workforce after the latest job numbers report. With a shortfall of 50,000 jobs not created last month, that focus is squarely on blue-collar workers. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is with us now. Alicia, what's driving these numbers that we saw?
Yeah, let's dig into this because I've said it before. I'll say it again. Data does not lie. It's part of why I love, covering economic news. America's labor market, very clearly based on recent data, is in a cooling period. You mentioned less jobs added than expected. The bigger thing here is the type of jobs that are seeing major cuts, and a lot of that falling, as you mentioned, on blue-collar workers. Manufacturing, that lost 12,000 jobs last month, the fourth straight month in a row for a decline. And for context, compare manufacturing jobs this time to last year, there were 78,000 less workers in that sector right now. It's also a similar story when we look at construction jobs, wholesale trade, which have both seen these job losses over the last few months. So what is to blame here? Well, in part, President Trump's kind of trade war, that has been contributing to really the unknowns for employers, creating more unease for companies and their employees. Though President Trump has said in the past that his tariffs are meant to encourage U.S. companies to start producing and manufacturing, bring that back to America in the long run. That could happen, eventually. But so far, these reports showing that's not the case. Now, if we were to break down the job market by age, this is really interesting. The youngest generation entering the workforce is having the most difficulty finding work. If you look at June's jobs, recent grads with a decrease or degree found up 4.8% unemployment, significantly higher than the average, which was right around 4%. And if you aren't lucky enough to have a degree, well, that unemployment rate, that jumps to a whopping 7.4% for young workers. So right now, definitely uneasy time for American workers and those who are looking to join the workforce as well.
And it's not just blue-collar workers and jobs, right? This is affecting white-collar workers as well.
Yes, some white-collar workers getting a pretty significant impact here, and slightly different reason for these white-collar workers feeling the effects here. But AI, that is playing a really significant role, starting to replace jobs. It's an efficient way to increase productivity while cutting the pretty significant cost of human labor and the workers there. One recent example of this, Salesforce, the CEO just announcing a massive company-wide layoff, 4,000 workers laid off, staff laid off, mostly in the supporting roles, administrative roles. Those roles are easily programmable by AI. And while these workers aren't exactly blue-collar workers, they are usually among the lower-paid white-collar workers. So now, again, we have to leave you with some good news here. We don't want to end all in gloom and doom. The World Economic Forum found that the macro trend like AI, that's actually expected in the long term to increase and create about 170 million jobs over the course of a decade compared to the 192 million jobs expected to be lost. So everything, here with context, there is some good news to balance out the bad news. But if the good news plays out in the long run, right now, it's certainly a tough labor market.
We're in the middle of it. Alicia Nieves, thank you for that report.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.